Y'all just looked outside again. Y'all, I'm so tired of living like this. This is why I share the transparency of my life as a single mom. So y'all know I was telling you I was going to turn my car in. I was turning my car in at the...
Her caption says, "My car got repossessed again."
Why I share the transparency of my life as a single mom. So y'all know I was telling you I was going to turn my car in. I was turning my car in at the beginning of next month. I was looking into getting a used one. Well, my car got repossessed again this morning. Literally told the finance company, like, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to turn the car in at the end of the month. I'll make a payment on the 22nd. Before I turn it in, just, I'm so defeated. But I share this part of my life with y'all so y'all know you're not alone. This shit is hard out here. Like, I literally, y'all just looked outside.
Yeah, it's hard out here, but there are certain things we can control, right? Understand when I'm dissecting certain videos and when I'm watching things, I'm looking from all angles. So it doesn't just have to be from the practical aspect of what I'm seeing in front of me. Because I say all that to say when I'm looking at this, what I'm really seeing is just chaos. Chaos external, chaos internal. I mean, look at this. Look at her hair. Look at the way she's communicating. Doesn't it just seem so chaotic? So disorderly? It doesn't seem like there's any order. And I know it's a very stark contrast from how you see me, because whenever you see me and you see me come on, it seems very orderly, don't it? And so that's why I'm able to pick up on it, because it's just so much different. It's just such an opposite end of a spectrum. Look at this again.
Payment on the 22nd.
Look,
Before I turn it in, just, I'm
it's so chaotic. She had to like pause and take a breath. And that's what I would recommend. Pause, take a breath, go pray, and like get some small wins. One step at a time. Like go do your hair. Go wash your face. Go take a shower. Like, let's start there. Let's get some small wins and we can build up. Because she said she got her car repossessed again. So, what that reveals to me is like, for her, chaos is a lifestyle. It's not even just a habit at this point, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of life. And I think that's really the bigger issue than just getting your car repossessed again, right? You got to get to the root and you got to solve for that chaos that's within you and then that's pouring out outside of you. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, though, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype.
Brooke says just show up at the GTR, but you can't.
This caption says, so the GTR recovery place where they're holding my car after it got repossessed, the reason I can't just show up is because of this. So she's leaving us on a cliffhanger. Let's see what she got to say.
Brooke says just show up at the GTR, but you can't because where it's located, it's in a very sketchy location in the back of some sort of truck yard. And so they have a trailer there, but nobody's in the trailer. So it's just like they know what the fuck they're doing because she said to me, when did they take the car? I said, I think early this morning or late last night. She's like, oh, okay, well, you can come get it Monday. We don't have any appointments on Mondays, though. But their hours say from 9 to 6. And mind you, I've been calling them since 9:45. I didn't get an answer for like 11. And Brooks,
Buy a car with me.
Hey TikTok, come with me to get a new car. Okay, so the car that I want is a Mercedes-Benz, the CLA, because I just like how it's built. I'm talking to TikTok. So yeah. Mama don't like how it's built though. She said it's really ugly, but I just feel like it's a unique shape. And it's also like on the sporty kind of, y'all can see the inside when you get there. But it's like
This is a rare situation where I actually have to slow down a video because she's talking too fast.
on the sporty kind of, y'all can see the inside when you get there. But it's like, it's really nice though. Like I love how it looks. Okay, so y'all, this is him. I gotta think of him a name. He's really cute. It's a 250. My nephew just got his cast, y'all.
Let's see if she's going to tell us the mileage on it. Let's see if she's going to tell us the mileage on it. That's what I want to know. Don't tell me this 250 and all this. What's the mileage on that liability you're about to take on?
Got in the mood. This is the front. I love the front, y'all. Like, I love how the front look. And then the wheels is definitely my favorite part too.
Did y'all see that scratch on it? Y'all see that scratch?
I love.
Look at that. I'll make it bigger. You see it now? Right off the bat, we already see the scratch on there, right? Right under the headlight. So that gives us some insight into what we could be getting into. But who thinks she's paying attention to stuff like that? Probably not.
Love how the front look, and then the wheels is definitely my favorite part too. Most of them don't come with these; they come with like the regular 1-2s, but I love this. So most of the buttons are kind of rubbed off, but like you can get those on Amazon and like
The
pop them back
buttons are
in.
rubbed
So I'm not
off.
gonna too much worry about that. This is kind of trifling. I'm gonna ask them about that because y'all did wrong. But we're gonna get some seat covers. We can get some seat covers for that. They got a really nice screen up in here. They got a little Apple CarPlay thing. I seen on a TikTok shop where you can plug it in. You can have Apple CarPlay.
You see that mileage?
Yeah, see, I'm loving it.
See that mileage?
This is the back seat again. Buttons rubbed.
Look how she just went right past the dash. She ain't want to see nothing on that dash. Everything is cosmetic that she's looking at. The only thing she's thinking is, oh yeah, this is gonna match my aesthetic. She ain't looking at the dash. And of course, I'm being a little facetious, playing it up. Because of course, I'm sure she knows all the details before she did the paperwork. But I guess what I'm ultimately saying is like that doesn't seem like that's what she's prioritizing. The thing got the leather scratched. So they done scratched the interior. They done wiped off the buttons. They done got a scratch on the front. What that would indicate to me is that the person who had this car before was a little bit reckless, didn't to really take care of their stuff. And so if they didn't take care of their stuff from the outside, from what I can see, imagine what might be going on under that hood.
It's the bag, real roomy. This one don't have a sunroof, sadly. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go find one of the workers and see what they talking about and see if we wanna get him or not. That's definitely a boy car, y'all. Like I'm loving it. I didn't. Okay, so we got the people. I'm not driving because I don't like driving in Houston. Y'all know how I get. You can ask anybody. I don't play that. So we are about to test drive. I'm gonna test ride. They're getting the key and we're gonna go to it. Oh, I didn't show y'all, but it's the trunk. The trunk. She's gonna do the spoiler test. Oh.
What's up with that? What was up with that with the screen? Maybe it's because of the camera.
Because hey TikTok, come with me to get a new car.
Okay, so real quick, so you can see she saw the Mercedes, right? They had a bunch of things, Hyundais, Hondas, Mercedes. The Hyundais was $8,000, and then she found out that the Mercedes was $8,000, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna take that instead for $8,000." But what she didn't think about is the fact that the Hyundai had 60,000 miles on it, and that Mercedes got 140,000 miles on it. I'm kind of like talking it up while I'm scrolling her profile because I was just curious if she came online with like any story times about how the car messed up or something. I'm not praying on her downfall, but I mean, come on now. You would have to assume. But, from what I can see, it looks like she's still riding in it. And so I guess it's holding up. Let me see. Yeah, so she's still enjoying the car, so looks like she's all right.
Currently at the dealer-only auction, just showed off this Barbie pink G63 AMG shitty wrap, repoed. Got a 2017 Bentley Continental, not the GT, but only 31,000 miles repoed. What is with people trying to buy out of their means? I mean, they're sitting here, which means they couldn't make their payments, and that means they probably had a pretty high interest rate. The payments on this car were probably, had to be at least $1,000 a month. That one too. It's a shame these cars end up here, they're repos. Were they really taken good care of? Was the maintenance done properly? Did they stop doing it once they missed their first payment? Who knows, guys? Would you buy high-end luxury cars repoed? I would. I like the Bentleys. People hate on them, but I like them. Would you guys drive it? That's pretty sick. I would drive this. I'd take the wrap off first, but let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment.
$5 a month at a 7. My car got
My car got repossessed today, and that's the whole point. Hmm. Let's see. I'm curious.
Got repossessed today. And before anyone starts with the "you should have budgeted better" bootlicker bullshit, let's talk about the budget. My minimum car payment was $525 a month at a 17% interest rate. My car insurance was
Hold on. We're not going to skip past that.
interest rate.
She didn't talk about a lot, but we have some really good information here that we can go a little bit further into. We can delve deeper into. So let's take a look here, right? So that everybody can see. So she had a 2018 GMC Terrain and payment progress. So balance paid, she had only paid about $4,100 on it. Her outstanding balance was still almost 20 grand. Her regular payment amount was $525. The original balance started off, so for a 2018 GMC Terrain, it started at about 24,000. That was the original balance. Whoo. Look at that APR. Look at her interest rate though. Her interest rate is 17%, more than 17%. And then her term length. See, when I remember when I started, and maybe it was because I went through a credit union, so maybe it was always available, but only credit unions do it a certain way. But when I started financing cars, the longest the credit union would allow me to finance for was 60 months. So she done stretched her term out, which is ultimately going to get her to pay a lot of the interest. I don't think it really shows us how long she's been paying it. Yeah, I don't think it shows us how long she's been paying it. But she's ultimately going to pay on it for, what is that? I think 60 months was 5 years. So you add another 15 months. It's like 6 years, a little over 6 years she's going to be paying on this 2018. So imagine how much interest they're going to be able to get out of that with a 17% APR. That is insane for a car. That's how they get you with credit cards. But most people don't have those type of balances on credit cards. But when you're talking about vehicles that carry, tens of thousands of dollars, and then you're putting interest rates like that on them, you're going to end up paying a lot more than what that car was worth when it's all said and done.
My car insurance was another $200 a month, and then add gas, which is somehow being priced like it's being directly pumped from the moon these days. Then add repairs, rent, groceries, utilities, medicine, doctor's visits. Like, how far do you think $3,500 a month really goes? And then these billionaires and politicians get on TV and act confused about why working people are drowning and angry. Well, I can tell you one thing. It sure as hell is not because we're lazy. We're drowning because every single basic necessity has been turned into a profit extraction machine. Transportation is not a luxury in America. You need a car to get to work. You need work to pay for the car. You need the car to keep the job. And the second you fall behind, they take the car, which makes it even harder to work. Baby, that's not a personal failure. Don't carry that. This is a system designed to keep working people trapped, exhausted, ashamed, and too busy surviving to be able to fight back. And that's exactly why May 1st matters, because the working class has been absolutely crushed while the people at the top hoard everything. So on May 1st, we stop pretending this is normal. We stop feeding the machine. Don't work if you can. Don't shop if you can. Don't spend if you can. Don't participate in capitalism for one day if you have the ability to do so, because they need us. They need our labor and they need our compliance. And the second we realize that, they lose power. My car got repossessed today, but what I really want repossessed is the wealth they stole from the working class. May 1st, we stand together because.
So that's kind of funny. So I guess she was trying to galvanize people to basically do a big gesture, more than a big gesture, a big act, and show a force of basically, I don't know what she's advocating to change specifically and tangibly. However, obviously it's past May 1st, right? And I haven't heard anything about this. So guessing it didn't go so well. She made some decent points in there that I can agree with. And I think that could be a great tool for manipulating the masses. The one thing that flagged when she said they're too busy, they want people too busy trying to survive to be able to question anything or something of that nature. And I agree that could be very effective. Um, as far as, gaining control, as well as having people too preoccupied in order to be able to question anything or ultimately take any immediate action.
Y'all, like 2, 3 months ago, I got my dream car, and guess what? I put no money down. Let me show you what I got. It's got the big screen, the sunroof. This is a panoramic sunroof, by the way. And y'all really can't see because it's daytime right now, but it's got ambient lighting that goes all around. And I could even change the colors on my car. Like right here, it's got a color wheel. I can change all the colors. Y'all see that? I'm so happy.
Look, 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 look. And this is where we go wrong. This is where we go all wrong. When I'm hearing her like evaluate this very important financial decision, right? Very important financial decision, very important life decision that has a lot of bearing and a lot of weight on the outcome of her future. It's like a child at a candy shop. Like, ooh, look at the colors. Ooh. It's like, what are we doing here? Are you taking this here? Like, this is a very important decision you're about to make that's going to have a lot of bearing on your life, as well as the overhead that you have to continue to carry. And I think that we can, with certainty, say that all them colors is going to get old real fast, but you're still going to be having to pay that payment every month, and it's going to be coming out of your biweekly paycheck. And that's going to hit every time like it's the first time. The colors, that's going to get old probably after the first month. But that biweekly paycheck hit that you're going to be taking, it might even be one of her whole biweekly paychecks. That's going to hit every time just like the first time. That'll never go away. So it doesn't seem like she's really taking this too serious. And I think that's how people get into the situations. I'm gonna start doing that too when I'm doing these, looking at their profile and stuff and just seeing if there's anything else that might have came down where they come on and they're like, oh, I made such a bad decision. So after we finish this video, I'm gonna look at her profile too and see.
Got a color wheel. I can change all the colors. Y'all see that? I'm so happy, y'all. And I paid 25,000, not cash. I financed for 25,000. And y'all, when I went to register my car, the girl was like, "You paid exactly what your car is worth." Cause y'all know like cars depreciate in value, and a lot of times people go to dealerships and they pay more. I paid exactly what my car is worth, no money down, and I'm so proud of myself.
That would scare me. She bought this Mercedes with all these bells and whistles, and it only cost 25,000. And they're saying that's exactly what it's worth. I'm looking at her profile while I'm talking, by the way, and that's what it's worth. That would scare the heck out of me. And so now my question is, how is that Mercedes only worth $25,000? And that's like literally what it's worth. Well, I think we'll probably find she was so focused and fixated on the color wheel and the bells and whistles, and she completely ignored maybe some accidents on the credit report, or she ignored just something significant on the credit report in general, as well as it probably has an exorbitant amount of miles on it, right? And I went through her profile. I see that she likes to show a lot of the glamorous sides of her life, which a lot of people like to do, right? I think it would be very rare and far fetched to find somebody in social media age, right? People love to show all the wins and they want to show themselves on the trips and living it up and living a lifestyle, but they never show the ugly side of like the other side of life, where things don't work out and when they made the worst financial decision of their life. So when you see people, you got to take them with a grain of salt because it's a lot of people with a lot of self-inflicted wounds on themselves who are stressed, but that's not necessarily what they're displaying just outwardly as well as social media.
I am calling about that Maserati Levante you have.
It's my brother. Life's hitting kind of fast. He recently had it serviced and got it prepped and put it on the market. But honestly, man, the things that we've seen so far have just been really disappointing. We were going off the NADA, which after you sent me that MMR, it seems like it's wildly inaccurate.
Very inaccurate.
So the caption says customer is selling his Maserati Levante after divorce and the numbers got ugly.
Really disappointing. We were going off the NADA, which after you sent me that MMR, it seems like it's wildly inaccurate.
Very inaccurate.
I guess in that sense, he'll just kind of have to get the best offer he can, and whatever your best offer is, I'm sure that's something that he'd at least consider at this point.
You're asking high retail for the car, right? I know your brother's going through a tough time, and the accident doesn't help anything. It's between minor and moderate, so that really tanks the value. If we were to buy and put it for 30, it would sit for a long time. I mean, it's a decent spec. Books for right around 21,000 to 23,000. You have a cat?
Yeah, I've primarily been feeding her, so when she sees me, I guess she would associate that with, okay, I'm gonna get food soon. So she's gonna be like clawing my leg like, hey, bro.
So it's funny, right? Like, remember when I said things you don't see? What did he say? This Maserati just lost a lot of value because apparently it was in a pretty significant accident. You could probably see things. I wouldn't be surprised if that woman who was, the color wheel. I wouldn't be surprised if her color wheel Mercedes has been in an accident before, right? Which could indicate that there could be more significant things going on under the hood that she may not be privy to. And that should also just signal a high degree of risk and maybe even a bit of leverage on your side to be able to negotiate things down a little bit further. But she was so busy being distracted by the color wheel, I doubt that she actually probably even tried to negotiate.
I guess she was associate that with, okay, I'm gonna get food soon. So she's gonna be like clawing my leg like, hey, bro.
Look, get back with him. Let me know if he wants to consign with us, he can. But I know it kind of wants to cash sooner than later. The comparables from Car Gurus, right? There's some with the same miles, less miles, going for right around 22,500, 24,900. So I mean, that's typically like the good retail range.
Are those like in similar category with like a minor to moderate accident as well? Or
No,
those
those have no accidents. Like for instance, the one that's a 2019 Levante Grand Sport 3.0 all-wheel drive, that one's like high spec, $25,000. So just see realistically what he'll take, and you know, if it's a good number, we'll go from there.
All right, I sure will, bud. I appreciate your time, man, and thanks for the call.
I am calling.
They say right now it's 15,000 cars being repoed per day.
What in the heck is she doing? Let me make that bigger. What in the hell is she doing? Some of y'all ladies have no survival awareness at all. Somebody repoing your car and you like walking towards them aggressively, trying to dig through your purse for something. Do you know how that could be perceived? You could get your head blown off doing stuff like that. I hope that's not what she's trying to give the appearance of. Look.
Man, what you got over there? What's it lift up, man? It is what it is. You gotta pay. Put it out here, man. I tell people, man, if you go out and get these big expensive cars, in this case it's a Mercedes. I don't know what she paid for. I don't know what the payments was. Evidently got repo. She's upset, rightfully so. Probably has personal stuff in there. Now she got an Uber, walk home. You gotta pay. You gotta pay your car note. You gotta pay your bills, because that repo man, he getting a check for coming to collect that and taking it back to the bank. They say right now it's 15,000 cars being repoed per day. And I think at the end of the year, they say last year it was like 3.2 million cars that was repoed. So you're just one of the victims, being honest with you, of either job loss or not paying your bills. They say,
I think the bigger issue in this clip is that part that we reviewed. Let's see that again, because we need to make sure that we're clear on that.
Right now, it's 15,000 cars being repoed per day.
Oh, she actually said it. She said, I'm a KI, I'm gonna unalive you. I believe. I think that's what I heard her say. I think I absolutely heard her say that. And as she comes aggressively and starts fiddling through her purse, like, just wait right there. I got something for you. And so, see, she's not even aware. She doesn't even know the best practices of a repo truck, that obviously they would have a camera on the back of the truck. So they done caught everything, the entire threat and what you're doing. And had they decided to take it upon themselves to not take any chances, they could have got a free body right there. And that would have been you. And then your whole family would have been acting a fool and acting like they have culpability and they should be responsible for what they had to do to protect themselves and make sure that they make it home safely. And so what we find is that she's probably been going unchecked for too long, right? And so she's doing things like this and she's not even aware of the implications that could befall her. And the tow truck driver will be legally justified.
This your car vehicle?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's on the repo list.
No, it's not. My car don't have repo list.
It most definitely is. They most definitely send me the paperwork.
We didn't know repo list. Call your people and tell them to take it down.
You got,
This ain't on the repo list. You got the wrong car.
you gotta call them.
You gotta call them.
No, you gotta call them.
They paid you to come get the car.
I know.
Look, I'm trying to figure it out too, because they got me up. Who the fuck ain't that fix though?
The lien holder, the people you got.
I don't know who. I don't have a lien being held by anybody.
Well, everything matched up though. The VIN number.
Everything don't match. I think you got the wrong car, because I don't even live down here for you to be picking up a car in Lakewood. This the wrong car. You got the wrong one. You might need to get it on the phone real quick. Whoever sent you and they got the wrong car. They got their payment, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm saying, miss, if they got their payment.
No, ain't no.
You know what's crazy, man? People just lie like it's nothing. Allegedly. Allegedly, people lie like it's nothing. Because I say this to say, like, in all reality, in all probability, this woman knows she ain't been paying her car bill. She know that she ain't been paying her stuff. And she wants to talk about you got the wrong car. Does he have the wrong car? I think that somebody that had been paying their stuff wouldn't just be loosely proclaiming that the person has the wrong car. And they would actually be opening up their statements and showing, no, I'm paying up on this. My car is up to date. Here's the record of that. Sir, don't do this. Otherwise, I'm calling the police because you just stole my car. You have something wrong on that paperwork and you're about to F around and find out. And here's the proof of that. But she'll just lie and just allegedly lie and then think that she's basically going to talk her way out of this. Ma'am, this is not personal. This is business. And you haven't handled yours. And this is what happens when you don't.
I wouldn't be here.
No, what you're gonna do is because dude told you that I paid today, so I don't even know why you paid because I need the car. There's no reason.
I gotta take it.
Why don't you just get on the phone here real quick?
Okay.
I don't understand what the problem is. Yeah, get on the phone, please, Please. They got me out here. And I'm on a booth.
I knew he was doing that.
Oh. And he pulling over my shit.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, that's the best thing to do in these situations when you're dealing with unreasonable, irrational people. Just try to get away from them as smoothly and as quick as possible. He did the right thing. Like, ultimately, what he just conveyed with his actions right there is, ma'am, I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you. You wasting my time. And so, okay, yeah, call the person. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. And then take off and go ahead and go business as usual and let them just be sitting there arguing with themselves, lying to themselves. Because don't nobody got time for this. Don't nobody got time for these games when you know exactly what you failed to do.
Are at a record high. People can't afford their car payments. I'm at a dealer-only auction in the repo section. Let me show you guys all the repos and the variations. These are not just bad credit customers. These are good credit customers that just can't make ends meet anymore.
Exactly.
How does this happen? This is a Capital One Mitsubishi, repossessed 2024 with 37 miles on it. Another Capital One, 2025 Toyota Tundra with 163 miles on it. 2025 Kia Soul, 2,000 miles on it. These cars are selling at massive discounts here at the auction. Capital One are the 600 credit score customers. Let's go to Bank of America and see what they got. And look, all of that is Capital One, just to let you know. This is the high dollar Bank of America We Got Money group. Look, they got a Porsche repossessed, Land Rover repossessed, big diesel truck 2024 repossessed. Here goes your G-Wagon repossessed, Bank of America repo. You pay $100,000 at the dealer for this, I can get it here at the auction for 50 grand. Porsches, Audis, big nice truck, brand new Escalade. Those are all Bank of America repos. Over here is all Santander. Those are all Santanders. And as you can see, it's not just the poor people who are getting their cars repossessed.
You know what's crazy? And what this reveals is like people are just being impulsive ultimately. They're getting cars that they clearly can't afford just because it passes the eye test and ultimately because of their desire and just because they simply want it. And so then they end up being able to get their car back, right? And everybody's profiting off of your impulsivity. And really, to put it quite frankly, your stupidity. It's funny enough, like, not you, your stupidity, not my audience, but that's just how I talk. But it's funny because once these dealers buy these cars and they have them shipped over here and they have them on the lot, and every day that goes by, that car is losing value, right? You don't want to still have a 2026 car in 2027 on your lot if you can help it, right? Because you could have maximized and got more for it. Ultimately, it's losing value the longer time goes by and the more new models come out. And people just are so impulsive to just hurry up and buy these things and they can't even afford it. If people don't buy them, what do you think happens? Then the prices can actually get more reasonable, more affordable. It doesn't take that much to build these cars, not for what they're selling it. But people just do the impulsive thing, and then ultimately, who gets to capitalize off that? Everybody else, not just the dealers, guys like this guy who goes in to auctions, right? Everybody's profiting off the people who ultimately are just doing the easy thing right now and who really just don't care about how it's going to affect their life long term. They just want what they want in the moment. People who like to live in the moment, ultimately, that's who's going to get affected. And everybody else who has a little bit more vision and who's thinking a little bit more long term as far as how it's going to actually help them and benefit them, they're the ones who are winning. They're the ones who are capitalizing. Y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, we get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, smaller creators. So that's why we get more points. And also, if you go to a video that's 7 days old, you probably won't see the hype button there anymore. Hype usually leaves in about 7 days. So it's usually best to go ahead, if you are going to hype while the iron's hot on a newer video or something that's within the 7 day limit. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content as well. And until then, I'll catch you all in the next video.